from the ocean, shining in the sun, covering the shore. When I see them, my heart tells me that I love you more than all those little pearly shells. The island fair that are calling to me, not the foggy air, not the tropical sea, but it's the little brown gal, it's the little grandson, it's the little grandson, it's my lady. It is a place to be, no coming, not the deep woods, the Owyang-Lee, it's the little brown gal, it's the little grandson, it's the little grandson, it's my lady.
Thanks everybody for coming to the Senior Center for this Celebration of Life Memorial for my wife Kim Rennak. And the reason we're doing it at the Senior Center, when she turned 50, she was just very excited to join the Senior Center so she could join the Hula program. And she started taking the beginning hula with Francis Oda, and before long was performing with the group. And so that was in I might have said that, 2005 when she turned 50. That was the same year I took early retirement, and I think that year she bought me an ukulele for Christmas, a really cheap one from China. And I started taking ukulele, goes back to this liaison, sorry, from Bob Yee. And then through Kim, I found out about the Saichi's Kapalakiko, and did that for years. Now I play guitar more. And the reason we're doing it from 3 to 4:30 is the last 4.5 years or so, every week in this room or another room, I lead something called the CSC Wednesday Jam, where it's just a music circle and people play whatever music they want. Occasionally we play Bob Dylan even, not always Hawaiian. But so the message, join your local senior center, come in here. So we have an amazing hula show for you today. So the band is led by Randy Chen, thank you. The 4 hula dancers who will be up all dance with Kim: Jennifer, Deborah, Melissa, and Shizue. And many of the band people, some of the ladies, including Randy and Lillian and Karen and CJ and Gail and Linda, all danced with Kim at various points. And some of the band members, like Frank and Tom and Ken, played while Kim danced. And then the rest of the people in the band are people that maybe didn't know Kim, but also come every Wednesday to the jam. So we have another Ken and another Tom, two Sams. Sam Zaccaro is one of the best musicians here, is doing sound.
Yay.
Thank you. And on this side, Sophie and Ruby and Fran. And I hope I named everybody.
Karen.
Karen also danced. Okay, with Ken.
Yep.
Anyway, so Randy, you can take it over for the closing. Thanks.
Aloha, everyone. Thank you for coming. Kim has touched all of our lives throughout the time we've known her at the Senior Center, and maybe some people out in the audience probably know her from other places as well. But we would like to share our aloha with you folks and in remembrance of Kim and all the good times that we've had with her. The first song we'd like to do is That's the Hawaiian in Me. It's a little sassy number, so hopefully we'll wake you up.
That's the Hawaiian.
Ready? 1, 2, 3, 4. I don't like shoes upon my feet. Free and easy is such a treat. Smile at everyone I meet. That's the Hawaiian in me. I love to sing and dance for you and give a lay to cheer you through. And with that goes a kiss or two. That's the Hawaiian in me. It's great to be in Hawaii and be a native too. But it's greater still to play around and carry on as I do. So right out here in Hawaii, where everything is heavenly, I'm just as happy as can be. That's the Hawaiian in me. I don't like shoes upon my feet. To be at ease is such a treat. I smile at everyone I meet. That's the Hawaiian in me. I love to sing and dance for you and give a lay to cheer you through. And with that goes a kiss or two. That's the Hawaiian in me. It's great to be in Hawaii and be a native too. But it's greater still to play around and carry on as I do. So right out here in Hawaii, where everything is heavenly, I'm just as happy as can be. That's the Hawaiian in me. That's the Hawaiian in me. Okay, the next song we'd like to do is called Pua Olena. Few people have ever seen the blossom of the Olena plant, yet it is a native, one of only 24 flowers brought to Hawaii by the first Hawaiians. In ancient times, it was used for religious purposes and for medicinal value, and the dye was used to dye kepa. So this is Pua Olena. 1, 2, 3, 4. Pua Olena, Malie. Olena, Pua Olena. Haina mai, Kakawana, Puamana, Puamole, Ikana hele, Ohana le. Come with me, come let's see of your beauty. Pua Olena, Pua Olena. Of your beauty, Pua Olena, Pua
Okay, this next song was one of the first songs that everybody learned when we were playing ukulele. It's called Puamana. And homes in old Hawaii were a special place, and often they were named. The highest honor we can give anyone or place is to give it a name and to give it a song. This song is for an estate that is on the island of Maui near Lahaina, and it is called Puamana. Ready? 1, 2, 3, 4.
Ika
Okay, this next song, the composer wrote this song for his niece, who was very, very homesick and was attending college on the mainland. It is called I Miss You, My Hawaii. Frank? Okay. 1, 2, 3, 1.
Oh, sorry.
Okay. Redo. One more time.
I hear the wind traveling down the Owyang-Lee. It touches my skin and makes me think of how much I miss you, my Hawaii. I breathe the fragrance of your yellow ginger lake. I look inside myself to find the words to say how much I miss you, my Hawaii. Every time I stop to watch the moon dance across the early evening sky, every time I hear a country tune, I can see the shores of Hawaiian. Every time I listen to my heart telling me it longs to go back home, and it makes me want to, 'cause I miss you, my love. I catch the glimmer of your face across the sky. I watch the setting sun and I begin to cry because I miss you, my Hawaii. I rest my head upon the sands of Waikiki. I close my eyes and I hear you calling me, 'cause I miss you, my Hawaii. Every time I stop to watch the moon dance across the early evening sky, every time I hear a country tune, I can see the shores of Hawaiian. Every time I listen to my heart telling me it longs to go back home, and it makes me want to, 'cause I miss you, my love, my love, my love.
Here's a classic song written by Lee. It is called I'll Remember You. 1, 2, 3. Oh, wait. 3, 4.
I'll remember you long after this and the summer is gone. I'll be lonely, oh so lonely, living only to remember you. I'll remember you, your voice as soft as a warm summer breeze, your sweet laughter, mornings after, ever after, I'll remember you. To your arms someday I'll return to stay. Till then I will remember too. Every bright star we make wishes upon. Love me always, promise always. Ooh, you'll remember too. I'll remember you long after this and the summer is gone. I'll be lonely, oh so lonely, living only to remember you. I'll remember you, your voice as soft as a warm summer breeze, your sweet laughter, mornings after, ever after, I'll remember you. To your arms someday I'll return to stay. Till then I will remember too. Every bright star we may wishes upon. Love me always, promise always. Ooh, you'll remember too. I'll remember you.
Okay, our next song was actually written by Keali'i Rochelle and Peter Moon. It was arranged by Keali'i Rochelle, and it's a medley of 2 songs. The first song being Hawaiian Lullaby, and the second song being Malie's song. Tim, Frank, Lillian, and I are going to do a little duet. Okay. And we have 2 dancers.
Okay. Hey nani lua ole, kuvehi o nā lani. Hey kilo hana oi, nā poli me hana I ke anu He nani lua ole Kuvei o nā lani He kilo hana oe Naue pula mamau O olu I ka poli Me hana I ke anu
I can smile when it's raining
I ka ua
and touch the warmth of the sun.
Kamehana o ka la
I hear children laughing in this place that I love. Mauloa ke aloha I ka pu'uwai hamama He lui ani oe Naue malama mau Ai ai ka lai He malele I ka Malie Mauloa ke aloha I ka pu'uwai hamama He lui ani oe Naue malama mau Ai ai ka lai He malele I ka Malie I can smile when it's raining
I ka ua
and touch the warmth of the
Kamehana
sun.
o ka la
I hear children laughing in
This place that I love
in this place that I love. That concludes our portion of this program. At the end of most programs or luau's, we sing Hawaii Aloha, which is a tradition. This is definitely not the end of the entire program, but we would like everyone to stand and hold hands. And the music, the lyrics of the music are on the back of your program. So sing along with us. Ready? There. Don't be shy now. Okay. Ready? Ladies. 1, 2, 3.
E Hawaii e kuole hana e Kuhome kula I wine
thanks Randy and the band and the dancers. So yeah, so the next part of the program, I have two things on YouTube: a 5-minute video of Kim doing hulas, and then a 7-minute video of photos. And I don't know if Tim, if you can feed that into the live stream at the same time, or so we'll start with the. Is my phone still live here?
From the ocean, shining in the sun, covering the shore. When I see them, my heart tells me that I love you more than all those little pearly shells. Not the island fair that are calling to me, not the balmy air, not the tropical sea, but it's the little brown gal, it's the little grandson, it's the little grandson in Hawaii. It is Hawaii, no kameno, not the deep voice, the Owyang-Lee, it's the little brown gal, it's the little grandson, it's the little grandson in Hawaii.
You said Hula, I went back to H. Oh my God. Okay. Ready? Okay, how does the song go? What is this song? Maki,
them in a bower. It was the start of you. Sweet Leilani, heavenly flower, tropic skies are jealous as they shine. I think they're jealous of your blue eyes, jealous because you're mine. Sweet memory. Oh, away, kumoe moe, he hali aina mapu, he haupunui e hoi mai away, ale, yo nei. that I'll be taking, with the clear understanding that every ticking second is precious to us all. But if you let me bend your ear, listen up, you will hear not just what I say, but every word that I am saying. You wake in the morning from a dream with birds stovepipe, that your life could be just far from being alright. Your love is from you, your money's gone, you've lost your home and everything you own. Before you do something major extreme, I've got one simple thing for you to take along with you as you go on your lonely way. Tomorrow robins will sing. Tomorrow robins will sing. It really is no big thing, 'cause tomorrow robins will sing. You borrow time to call a friend that you can rely on. You put the phone down so you're in the back and tell him I'm not home. Your face is broken, your throat is choking, you hang up the phone in disbelief. And to make matters worse, you can't remember you were the first and only one to come to him when all it was is every day. But if what you did came from your heart and not expecting, then you should not waste one heartbeat on any regretting. The saying's older than old, you're true for today as when it was made to be told. As you sow, so shall you reap, and if you've treated
Extra picture, so it doesn't show. Okay. So I will speak for maybe about a minute, just a bit about Kim, and if any other people want to come up and share, that's part of the program right now. So Kim was born in Illinois in 1955. She used to always like to say that's the same year Disneyland started, and she loved Disney things. When she was 4, her family moved to West Palm Beach. She lived on Singer Island, where she learned to swim and developed a love of the ocean. She went to Florida Technical University, which is now University of Central Florida. She got her computer engineering degree in 3 years. I think by going over the summer, and she would talk about being like, let's call her the girl in the class, see what she has to say. She moved to California, worked for a few years in Orange County and for Rockwell, maybe because it was near Disneyland. I met her in spring of 1979. I worked at a company called Singer Link on Arquez Avenue, and Kim joined. And after a while, we started to date. Moved in together, got an apartment, got a condo, got a house, built a house in Cupertino. And so Kim, I would say Kim loved dogs. We have 2 dogs. She clearly loved Hula. She, from her mom, I think she got the artistic side where she loved to sew, do crafts. She made jewelry. From her dad, she had this love of cars. So when I met her, she had a Fiat X19. Later, she really got into the whole Mini Cooper culture, and we did a number of mini types of estates. And one thing, and the other thing from her dad is became an engineer. And then she, like her dad, she had a dream to build a house. So I remember years we were looking for lots. We found one in Upland Way in Cupertino, and we built a house that basically was her design in 1993. And so this was like so this will be the 30th anniversary of living in that house. This month, March 5th, would have been the 40th anniversary of our marriage. And the one thing her sister reminded me of, one of Kim's love language is really giving gifts. So we would always travel. She would always be buying gifts for people, birthday gifts, and most all of the jewelry she made, she gave as gifts. So that's what I was going to share. If anyone, no pressure, if anyone wants to say anything about Kim.
Can you kids? Can you kids? Can you kids?
In fact, that was part of the deal. I wanted a kid, and we got both. Too much information. Did you want to say something, Jennifer? Good. Thank you.
I am short, so.
You want to hold it?
Okay, this is coordination now. Can you hear me? Or okay. But I'm Jen, and I'm Kim's Hula sister. I started Hula in 2007 here at the beginning class, Hula class, and so that's where I met Kim. But Kim, as you noticed, she's a beautiful dancer. She's very graceful. She's enthusiastic, and usually when we had our performances, we used to say, "Now, if you forget where you are, watch Kim." She knew the hulas backwards and forwards, so she was a great dancer. We danced together for many years at here in Cupertino Senior Center. I became part of the performing group, and she was also, and the group was called the Aloha Hula Dancers. Kim was loved and admired by her hula sisters for her leadership and many talents. She opened up her home for us to practice our hulas. The fun part was the potluck afterwards. We could just sit back, relax, and enjoy food and kick back. She was very crafty. As Jim said, she loved making jewelry. She also was very creative. We needed a flower haku, which is a headband. I think she must have researched that, and she held a workshop, and she had all the materials, but we made them. If you remember, Deborah, she did. And she spent so many hours making CDs, DVDs. We had our hula music. We had our, practice videos. So she wanted to make sure that we were prepared. And all we had to do was practice at home. Kim was a wonderful friend, and outside of hula too, she loved to meet for lunch. She loved to talk about family, hula, anything Hawaiian. And she loved to travel to Hawaii as well. But let me add that RJ, she'd always talk how proud she was of you in school and robotics, and you followed in her footsteps. And Jim, she always say, "There's Jim downstairs, sounding like Bob Dylan." She commented that many times. And she loved, like I said, she loved to meet for lunch. And, the Mini Cooper, that was her joy. I remember she went through that. So she was showing us all how she decorated it with all the everything Hawaiian went on there. And her dream was to move to Hawaii. I know she used to talk about that a lot. Her love for hula continued, so we both went over to the Sunnydale Community Center and learned hula through Kumukanani. And as you notice, our hula sisters here in the band, that's where we met. We became friends and had lovely, hula sisters. Melissa's one of them too. And let's see. Oh yeah, and then I would like to say is that Kim touched our lives in many ways. We were blessed to know her, and we will always remember her. Thank you.
Also thinking, it reminded me that I did mention that, Kim was an engineer, assembly language programmer. She worked for Rome for 15 years for IBM and Siemens. I don't know if any Romans would like to say anything. If not, that's fine. She also loved to go to, okay, Dan, come on up. She really, every time the Oscars came out, she would organize groups to go see all the nominated movies. Thank you. Dan. Sure.
I just want to give a few remembrances going back in time. I started working at around 1982, and same group that Kim was in. Is this thing on? Yes.
Just hold it close.
Yes, most right there, don't need it. One thing that the early memory I have is, Kim basically adopted Jeff Blom and I very early. I think around 1983 or 1904, she recognized that Jeff and I were still wearing our clothes from the mid-'70s, and she decided to take it upon herself to take us to the store and dress us in, mid-'80s type of clothing. And I think the idea there was that it would probably help us, with the women. But in retrospect, I don't think it did. Later on, we did things. We shared vacations together. We went to Lake Powell on 2 trips, Jim and Kim, and had a lot of fun out there on the water. Sometime in the late 90s, Kim was a real fan of David Letterman's Late Show, and so she and I drove all the way down to LA to watch a special 10th anniversary show he was filming there. We got in line, we waited, we got into the show, and got to watch the whole show and just had a blast because she really thought he was funny. Got out of the show, walked around, And all of a sudden we found out, hey, they're shooting another version of the same episode. Kim and I looked at each other, want to do it again? So we got back in, got in line, went and watched the whole thing a second time. And that's where we learned that they edit together the best parts of both shows. When we watched the show, we'd say, that was from the first one, that was from the second one. So we had a really good time. Later on, like I said, 1993 or so, the house, I got to work with them. She would bring the plans to work, and we'd look at all the plans, and I'd make comments. And Jim and Kim were actually open to having me come in. I did wiring. I put some lights in their house. I designed some interesting lighting circuits. I put the alarm system in, and I think to this date there's a switch outside your bedroom that you have no idea what it turns on.
We have a lot of switches. It wasn't you, it was the electrician.
At least one of them was me, I know that. And finally, later on, when I was having a house built in South San Jose, the builder said it would be done by November. We moved out of our house into a friend's house, and that friend couldn't handle us for more than 3 months because we had a 2-year-old child. So I asked Kim and Jim whether we could stay with them, and they opened up their hearts and their houses. Maybe you didn't prove it, but Kim said it was okay. And so we were able to live with them for 3 months, and I'll always be thankful for that, because that was, really stepping up. We got to live in that room that you saw them doing the hula in. My kid loved it. So it was just only great memories of Kim, and I want to thank you for having this celebration.
Thanks for coming all the way from Oregon.
Thank you.
If anyone got it? Linda, another Roman?
HPN.
NHP?
Yeah. So yes, I met Kim in the early 80s at Rome, where we worked, and then later in HP, and that's where I got to know her a lot better. And after that, we just kind of hung out, had a good time, chatted a lot. She was a great storyteller. She loved her family. She told me all about her mom, dad, sister, brother, Jim, RJ, the light of her life. Just such a good person. And then after we both retired, we did movie nights. So we both really enjoyed movies, and we made sure we went once a year around Oscar time and saw one of those. But boy, I had to get in her schedule. She had all her friends lined up for a different Oscar movie, and boy, do I miss her a lot. And she was just a really wonderful person.
Thanks, Cindy. Okay, Loy, okay, no. Joan?
Yes.
The other thing that I guess I did, Kim was a wonderful mother, and when RJ was at elementary school, we went to a parent participation school, and we have a lot of these moms from McAuliffe. Some of us went to Kennedy Middle. No, I didn't go to Kennedy Middle. I was the president of the PTA at Kennedy Middle, Monmouth, but anyway, enough about me.
I met Kim about 20 years ago when our sons started kindergarten together over at McAuliffe, and I just remember her being so friendly, and we'd wait for our kids after actually the kids would get out of class, and then she'd make eye contact with me, and she always took the initiative to come over and smile and say hi, and we would talk, and she's just really friendly. And then when our kids were in middle school, we had our kids go and play tennis, and she invited us over to her racket club, and our kids would play tennis together for the summer, and it was really fun there. We would watch, and we'd evaluate the tennis instructors and watch them play. And then I really loved how Kim was very open, and she would take the initiative to ask you out for lunch, and she would plan all the movie days to see the Oscars, and I saw Spotlight and Green Book and just some of the greatest movies. I just remember I probably wouldn't have seen them without her asking. And she also introduced me to a lot of good food. We went to Rio Adobe. It was the first time I went there, and the Melt. And she introduced me to the best triple cream blue cheese from Trader Joe's. You guys gotta try that. It is really the best. Of course, yeah, she loved the mini trips that she had. She had so much enthusiasm, and she would show up with her car and say, "Look at how I decorated it." You know, it was so neat, all the white and blue flowers. And then she also got me to do hula with her. That was the only time I did it. It was really fun. And she was so proud of being with her family. She's just so great to raise RJ, to have you behind her. And I'll always remember her light.
Thanks, Joan. Here comes Loy, another parent from McAuliffe.
I just want to recognize all the McAuliffe people who are here tonight, today. Please stand up or at least wave your hand. You're all back there. Yes, so Jim and Kim and RJ were at McAuliffe since RJ was in kindergarten until 5th grade. And then we and the Parsay family and the Iwamoto family had the fortune to be with the Cunninghams all the way through high school at Monte Vista. So 2 things I want to highlight is RJ was an exceptionally kind boy, especially in 3rd grade. I was doing PE with them, you know, it's parent participation, and the kids were like, "I'm on this camp and I'm this camp," and then RJ goes, "I'm okay with either one," and I'm like, "I like this kid." The second thing I want to say is I think he got that from Kim. The other thing is, RJ is such a smart boy. At Kennedy Middle School, okay, so I'm so proud of our McAuliffe kids. All the McAuliffe kids that went to Kennedy all got awards on 8th grade. But guess who got the biggest trophy? RJ. And I think he got that from Kim. Okay, so RJ, you're very lucky to have a wonderful mom, wonderful dad.
Thank you. Okay, then come on up, Steve.
The McAuliffe dad.
McAuliffe and Minnie.
No way, bro.
Thank you.
Oh, I don't know what I was going to say. So we met Jim and Kim and RJ, like a lot of these people, at kindergarten, and spent a bunch of great times with them there. The friendship continued after that. Big memories I have there. One of the things Tina says often is every quarter they would go to the outlets. Kim had always made sure. And another, just like, she had a lot of organization. 2 memories I have there. One, Christmas cookies. Every single year, the same box would appear with the same cookies. It sounds like I'm complaining. I am not. I love those things. I have to say, I was thinking about it this year. I was like, damn. But after that, we went to Hawaii. We went all over the place, vacations, friends, etc. But the main thing I think I wanted to remember here is Kim liked minis. Kim liked Mini Coopers a lot. And one of the gifts that she gave Tina and I was that same passion. In 2014, she went on the first stage of a little road trip across the country called Minnie Takes the States. And she came back and she talked about it and talked about it and talked about it and was saying, "It's going again in 2 years. You should do this. We should do this." And Tina started getting on me to do this, and I was like, "That's a fantastic idea." And I think Jim and I talked about this. It's a fantastic idea. Why don't you guys go do this? But it kept on going, and I think about 5 months before it actually happened, I was like, screw it. And over the massive protests of my kids, who like fast cars, although minis are fast, many people, sorry, they're fast. We went and bought a Mini, and we hopped in that car and drove 2 weeks across the country and back with Jim and Kim and a bunch of other people, and met another huge set of people. At least one of you are here today. That's just turned into one of our new cohorts and our new passions, and that's actually the biggest gift. that I think she gave us. So I just wanted to say, Kim, we're still driving for you. We will continue driving for you.
All right. Thanks everybody for coming. Now that we have some time where we can have some refreshments, mingle, talk to everybody. But thank you again for Randy and the band and the dancers for this celebration of things that came well. Thanks everybody for coming. Thank you, Sam, for holding that mic.
Good mic holding.